is Kerry Lavin. I'm the Executive Director of the Scandinavian Cultural Center and Library. We are a center dedicated to bringing Nordic arts, culture, and literature to the greater Boston area.
Once or twice before, I think.
It's a place to hang out.
It was a place for mostly Swedes to come as older adults to be taken care of. And later, as our new executive director had started in the early 1980s, he saw a new vision for what was happening here.
It started as a home for Swedes, the Swedish terrible. Oftentimes people ask, oh, these are strange little languages, why are they important? And it's interesting that the Nordic countries, they're very small, but they've had tremendous influence in many aspects of life, like Finland and Sweden that were instrumental in the development of the internet and cell phone technology. Yeah. And also Nordic countries are examples about modes of living, education, healthcare, but also development aid to developing countries.
A lot of people don't know that there was such a heavy Scandinavian population, over 100 years ago, when a lot of immigrants came here to fish and do things like that, where I think that's important to connect it to today, where there are still immigrants, and while immigrants look different, it's all the same struggle of starting over and bringing new life to a new area and really living the American dream. And so while it's important to remember that, while we're trying to reach to the future, it's really what is happening in Scandinavia and the Nordic countries, I think, is very attractive to lots of us, as far as education and climate change and a lot of those different things that people are very passionate about, and they're handling on a whole nother level. I love to pick documentaries that sometimes can push people a little outside of their comfort zone. I would say that I like it to tie into Scandinavian or Nordic culture, but also closely related to what we're all going through. So those are kind of important aspects of what I do. Occasionally, I'll do something that's just purely Scandinavian. We've had a documentary just on fishing and how some kids during the fishing season actually don't go to school and they work for the fisheries. It was pretty extraordinary for people to see something so different from what they experienced.
It's good to get new energy coming in, and the way they run this now, all these people that come in on Saturday is great.
They're really pretty good.
I think it's amazing what they've been able to do with the cafe, and they call it kaffestugan, but that's Swedish, so I don't say that. And doing a great job getting people to come for that, for little Scandinavian, sort of feels like home.
You like it a little better, okay?
Yeah, right. Because you painted it a little bit.
Come here, back.
So the Cafe Stugan is super popular. Currently, we're sourcing most of our baked goods from different bakeries in New Hampshire. And we have a small father-daughter bakery in Brookline, New Hampshire that does our Swedish goods, and we have a new Finnish bakery in Swansea, New Hampshire that does our Finnish goods.
She'll never eat it.
Thank you.
So it's
I just use it to reheat my coffee and forget it in there.
I think it's important for people to know you don't have to be Scandinavian to come here. Some people get nervous that, I don't speak the language or it's not in my heritage. There's nothing that excludes people from enjoying music from the Nordics if you're not Nordic. And I think just being with other people and sharing the experience is the best part of it.